What has Tata been up to? I mean, just a few weeks back, we saw the Tata Curve, and that's a beautiful car. And today, we're taking a walk around of the Tata Avinya. There's India in the name, and I'm proud to say that this is coming somewhere out of Tata. I have played with these cars, that is when I was a kid with Hot Wheels, and today probably I'm living my dream. I'm seeing one car in flesh from one of the games that I've played. It can be a Cyberpunk 2077 or some sci-fi games that even you guys have played. Let's take a quick walk around, see how the car feels, looks, and I was hoping that, at least with this car, we might just get to sit inside the car, but we're not going to get that. But here, I'm here to see the car in flesh, and this is a quick walk around of the Tata Avinya.
The materials that we're using throughout the car are all recycled, sustainable. The floor, for instance, is actually shells. And this is a 4.3 meter vehicle, but at the same time, we're offering the size and space of the interior of a Harrier.
If you look at the interiors, like a concept car should be, it's minimalistic, futuristic, and there are a lot of elements from the car that will go into production cars, which will be in 2025. If you can see, it's like a floating dashboard which houses the steering wheel. There's a display on the steering wheel which will act as your center console, your infotainment, and most of the details will be there directly for the driver to view. Just like Martin said sometime back, the space on the Avinya is almost similar or even a little more as compared to their Tata Safari. And that's a huge, big-ass car already. And if you can see, this is not a rare seat. This is my living room right here. And the floorboard is flat because of the electric batteries. So you have good amount of leg space here. And it gives you an illusion that it's very airy. It's not just an illusion, but a fact. It is seriously a huge car, which doesn't look that big from the exterior, but on the inside, it's quite big. These little guys here are on all four doors. These are not mics that you can sing into. These are actually your personalized aircon vents. You can adjust the flow of air here, and there's a temperature setting right here. So you have your own personalized vents. You don't want it, switch it off. You want it, dial it up. Also set the temperature individually for all four doors. That's a neat touch there. We started by talking about the interior of the car, and there's a reason is because, like Martin mentioned, they designed the interior of the car first with different elements in mind, the aroma, the aesthetics, the display, all being driver-centric and also passenger-centric. Let's close the doors and let's once again glance how beautiful this car is, not just on the inside but on the outside. I'm trying to imagine how I would be sitting in this car. This car is low. It's 4 feet in height, so it's a pretty aerodynamic body that it's got here. The A-pillar reminds me of the Jaguar XJ220. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me it was a dream car. It was a poster car which I had in the bedroom. This is just another poster that's coming to my bedroom very soon. It's running on a 22-inch rim, pretty futuristic. It's got some wires here. I know what's the purpose, but I'm sure it's going to serve some purpose in terms of reading air, temperature, etc. It's going to have some sensors in there. And we have suicide doors, or what they call as butterfly doors. So they open up. The overall design of the car, man, I'm lost in words. It's just beautiful. You have dual tone exteriors as well as interiors on the inside. But with the dual tone interiors, what you do get is very minute details of these cars with respect to all the curves. All the details are seen prominently as compared to what you would see. The whole panoramic sunroof of the car, it's beautiful. There is this one word that I learned just a year back, which is sustainability, and they've been focusing on that with the interiors and the exteriors as well. That's the future for EVs, and if the future is going to be this beautiful, I've said this time and again, take my money, I'm investing. It's such a well-designed car. The air flows from the roof. This thing right here is the spoiler right here. So the air flows from here and it creates that downforce which is required, and there are diffusers down there to reduce the drag. The tail lights in itself act as rear tail fins to keep the downforce there. So this in itself is a tail light and a spoiler at the same time with a roof spoiler on the top. That's a beautifully designed detail right there. Now the car sits wider at a wider footprint of around 3.5 meters. This is wider than me. That's around 1.5 meter right there. And since you have a wider profile of tires which sits outside, you're looking at a car which is well planted and you have much more grip going onto the roads. Even the side profile of this car, like I mentioned earlier, the A pillar reminds me of the Jaguar XJ220 with the whole streamlined roof in itself. This is created in a lab. Like for the Tata Curve, I mentioned that maybe a coupe and an SUV had a baby together. This is a byproduct of a mad scientist who has gone to work. This is a sports car, this is an SUV and also a coupe-like design that has come together to form this overall design. In a way, if the future, I've mentioned this multiple times, is going to be this beautiful, it's a very promising electric future that we're heading to. This is Aurelius from Mashable India signing off. For more such tech-related car reviews or videos, stay tuned and do like and subscribe. Have a good evening ahead.
De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes